Yeah, as soon as we jump on his Twitter, this market might move. Hold on, let me try to get the link in the chat room. We'll watch it. I'm still gonna watch it. Y'all talk, and then we'll bring it. So putting the link in the chat, and you guys can just transition from the chat to the just Twitter Spaces thing, man. Hold on. All right, when you guys get in, request, and we'll bring you up as speakers. All right. Moneybag Fro, come on up. You're part of the team. For today, we are only going to be letting the team up here. All right, so I just put it in the chat, and then you guys come in that way. If you're listening on Twitter Spaces, just chill for 1 second. We are now live. Hold on 1 sec. It's gonna be kind of a good one, man. So be sure to tune in, man. Get your coffee, man. We're about to go ham. Get your coffee ready, man. All right, J House, you have to accept. Roddy, man, get up here. Trying to get my speakers up here. They're having issues. Hold on, let me talk to them in my chat. You having issues, Roddy? I see you. All right, you gotta accept it. J House too. You guys gotta accept this. Money back flow. All right, so you got to request. So when you're in the Twitter Spaces, at the bottom, you got to hit the little microphone. You see the thing at the bottom? It's like a little microphone to the right. And it says request. One second, guys. 1 second, guys. We have some technical difficulties over here. 1 sec. You doing it from your computer or your phone? There you go, Jay Haas. What's up?
Great afternoon. Great afternoon.
There you go, money back. Now we just need Roddy's, man. Come on, man. What you doing over there? You make all this money trading, you can't hit the request button? What's going on, bro?
Great afternoon.
I'm messing with you, man. What's up, Roddy? Yo, man.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Oh, the legend. What's up? Yo, Photoshop, come on up here, man. Yeah, man. It's about to be epic, guys. Retweet this. Let's go ahead and get into it, man. We pretty much ended this week pretty well. It was a great week trading for us. This is everybody here. Hold on, I'm going to mute everybody so I got some background noise. All right, so my bad. I had to mute everybody. I'll unmute everybody. But everybody here that you guys are about to hear are a part of my community. We've grown together. Moneybags Fro's been with me for a long time. Roddy Man and Jerry House are newer, but man, these are some of my best students. And I wanted to go ahead and do our mindset coaching publicly, just so you guys can hear. So we were about to get into the market today, and Roddy Man just jumped off with a question, and it was his epic. And I wanted to get into this publicly. So Roddy, man, I'm gonna unmute it. I'm gonna throw it to you. Talk to Jay Haas. I'll hop in. And anybody else that wants to hop in, just request, and we'll just go like that. You gotta hit unmute, Roddy, man.
You can hear me, right?
Now I can.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You muted me. Okay, cool. Appreciate it, man. Yeah. No, this morning I was thinking, like X said, I've been working in this Discord. I don't know, probably 9 months now, and I've seen people come and go. I got in here when people were like really good traders. I've got in here when people are new, but they kind of don't stick around. Then I've worked with people. I've traded with people that have been here about the same length of time, and one of them is my guy Jay Haas, right? And I used to see him struggle, and I'd kind of sit there, keep my comments to myself, meaning okay, I'm watching him. But then over the last, I don't know, let's say 2 weeks, something changed, and now he's in there and he's got confidence, and he's making all these positive trades, and he's got his daily numbers are green, 6, 7 days in a row. So this morning I was just asking him, like before we kind of started trading, it was like, dude, what was it? Was it like a switch flip? Was it a progression of things? What new instruments have you started using that kind of, was it an epiphany that just happened? Or, so we decided to kind of bring it public to have that conversation, because I'm not there yet personally. I'm still a little insecure, but, I like my trades, and I'm just not making the kind of money or trading the trades that he's trading. So I want to learn from him. So I kind of wanted to ask him the questions. I was going to do it one-on-one, but then we decided to kind of do it this way. So, yeah. That's kind of why we're here, I guess.
Jay Haas.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. First, thank you, Roddy. I appreciate the acknowledgement. Next, certainly, thank you for the opportunity, because, it's been a journey myself. It's been about 6 months of just constant grinding. And Roddy posed the question this morning, and last week, Tuesday, I took my last largest loss, and I wrote on my little whiteboard in my room, it says, "This will be the best trading week in my life." So for me, it all starts with mentality. I've literally traded every single day except for August 31st. I went on a friend's boat for a birthday, but every single day since November of 2020, I pretty much have sat at my desk from 8 to 3:30 all day. Like, even when X is like, "All right, we can walk away now," I'm still sitting here listening to FOMC. Oh, we're just missing a move right now. I'm watching the charts break. I was like, 36.50.
You knew it would happen.
I knew as soon as I got on, I knew it.
I'm over here looking at it like, damn,
I
man.
just,
Nah, leave it alone, man.
I
Fucking
honestly, I just got
week.
stopped out at 36.50 puts on the way on that little last pop up. So it's all good though. Tight risk management. But I wrote that down, starting with mentality. And, we jokingly, I think a lot of people jokingly call themselves degenerates or whatever, but it's like, I'm passionate about this. I've never found something that's made me happy. And I quit a 6-figure paying corporate job in February to take this opportunity to focus on something that I loved. My birthday is going to be in December, and I figured if I'm going to take some risk, why not now? I can always work for somebody the rest of my life. But the hardship sort of struggle, the war started in Ukraine 2 weeks after I quit. The market got way more volatile than I'd been accustomed to. And so I just realized I needed a shift in mentality in my approach. And so a lot of what I've learned and sort of experienced recently, it comes from, the things that I'm calling out. I'm charting patterns and saying, hey, if this forms a pennant, it's going to chop between these particular lines. And as you start to see these things play out before they actually happen, that sort of helps with your confidence. And so for me, writing that this will be the best trading week of my life started with a mentality shift that just because I had, a bad loss last week, it doesn't mean that this week can't completely turn it around. And I think myself and others know, I trade pretty much SPX exclusively at this point, but, making $1,000 on a trade in a period of minutes versus having to work all day or all week or a month plus, to make these kind of sums gives me sort of a drive to realize that it is possible, it's doable. I watched, many successful people do it for months now, and sort of surrounding myself with those who are aspiring to do what I'm doing, which is full-time trading. So, A1 community from a perspective of just getting knowledge and listening to people who are more knowledgeable than I, taking a very humble approach to believing in yourself, having confidence that, I say force nothing and flow freely. That transitions rather into my trading strategy, which I also wrote down on a smaller whiteboard: define my risk, remain patient, and listen to myself. And I think that, throughout my journey, I've been on a few different discords over time. So many of us start out looking for that path to, what's the play? And I've even tried to get the vernacular of play. Like, I'm not playing. I'm trading. So I don't look for plays. I'm looking for trades, first of all. So it's all starting with the ways you articulate what your potential vision is. And I'm very big now into sort of like meditation. Shout out to Betty if you're out there. Meditation. I walk outside just barefoot and touch grass in the middle of the day, just to like disconnect from the screens at times. But I really started using, the couple of tools we started leveraging. So Rick, if he's out there listening, man, the first person that told me about Bookmap, incorporating Bookmap into my strategy, and then using that as in combination with pattern trading, as well as, key level breaks, X's, spot on when it comes to like the morning levels that he provides, and then we sort of get consensus across what we're all hearing, seeing, and feeling on a daily basis. And there goes the ES as I look off in my peripheral. But yeah, so again, that's the other thing. There's always going to be another trade. So this morning, as we're listening to some of the mentors, if you will, within our group start saying like, hey, I'm up 100%. I used to always say like, man, I've missed the move. That FOMO kicks in and you're trying to be a part of something that you're not, which is the fear of missing out. So working on eliminating that. And I think, regardless of the community that you're in, you're always going to find people. There's always going to be someone who may be more successful than you, make more money in a trade than you will, have a higher win rate. Maybe they trade something and they go, this is running. And you're like, at this point, I'm like, look, I know everything runs. Stocks go up, stocks go down. So if I'm on the downside of a long down sweeping move that I missed, like right now, I was kind of looking for bounces all day today. And now that you're only seeing 5 to 10 points, I'm like, you know what? It's probably not worth it. So you play the downside below VWAP and you sort of stick to the strategy that works best for you. But yeah, really in this last 8 days now where I've had at a minimum, $1,000 day, if not $2,000+ days, it's coming from just waiting for those key level breaks, listening to the patience of others. And I think it's finally clicked for me that, again, I literally don't have to, I can miss this little move. I mean, it's a nice move, but I can miss this move. And I'm confident that when I go sit back at my desk, the trend line that I drew this morning and said it was likely to hit, it just touched it. So I can look for a bounce here. And if not, I'm over here looking at Bookmap to see where levels are coming in, to see if there's other, maybe bounce plays or opportunities for reversals. But yeah, long story short, it's been mindset, sort of holding myself accountable. Again, define your risk. If you're not saying this is where I'm going to get out, then that's the first mistake you're making, because we all want something to continue. You all hear it's going to go here. I think it's going to do this. Like, you're not in control. The wise person knows they know nothing at all. So I take that humble approach to the markets, because yesterday I was in calls while it was chopping, and I honestly broke my rules. I kept adding calls, and eventually I caught a bounce that got me out of the red. I was down $2,000. I wound up getting out $2,000 up. And that was the point where I actually logged off of our audio because everybody was in puts. And I was just like, I don't want to have I don't want to take on the bias of what everybody else is saying. I have conviction that it's going to do X, Y, Z. So I'm going to just take my trade. And as soon as I can get out of this thing profitably, I see the market looks bearish. I know some people that say don't average into positions, but I considered it scaling in until it worked for me. But that's the listen to yourself component. So we're ultimately responsible for pressing the button. We're ultimately responsible for recognizing what the patterns are. No one's coming to save you. So at the end of the day, you are going to be the responsible party for pressing that button for buy and pressing that button to sell. So you can't get mad if somebody says, I call this trade out at this price point, and you get clapped, because it was your responsibility to learn what are the levels that could happen. You've never traded that ticker before. Maybe focus on a handful of tickers. And this is something that, like, some of my OG first guys we started trading with, it's like, man, you don't need to trade 50 tickers a day. You don't need 50 calls a day. X is amazing about this. It's like, here's my levels. When it gets there, this is what I'm going to do. If this, then that. Not, oh man, market's not moving. Let me go see what memes are running, or let me go see what, and I honestly, I'll look for news. I'll listen to news if it's meaningful. But if it's running, if it's already run, they're like buses, right? Another one's coming in 15 minutes. So you just got to wait it out. And trading is 80% waiting, 10% buying, 10% selling, basically. And that's the lesson that I've learned that sort of helped me flip the script this last 2 weeks in particular, just nonstop, lights out, and just looking to keep it going and stay humble about it.
Man, Jay House has been with me, like I said, a little bit over 9 months, and just to see, a student progress like that is what we really, as an influencer, set out to do, man. I wanted just to chime in on a couple of things. If Moneybag Fro or Roddy Man or Fever wants to say something, who are all part of my team as well, just interrupt me before I get in it. A couple things he said, and a couple things I want to go ahead and to answer Roddy Man's question, just to feed off, what was your pivotal point? And for me, it was really understanding that if you're going to become a trader, you have to learn what trading is going to teach you about yourself, right? Because I always say this, and I know I sound like a broken record when I say this. Successful trading is just execution of a model. It's not that hard to pick up a trading model, right? It's not that hard to pick up a system that's somewhat profitable, but it's very hard to sit through and get out of a red trade. And it's very hard to wait for your model to tell you to go ahead and buy. And it's very hard to, be red on the day and look around and see everybody else making money. And you sit here sticking and only trading to execution of that model. And for me, learning and seeing how much I was over trading taught me that I was fucking impulsive as a motherfucker, bro. It was like I could not sit in the fucking chair and just wait. And because I couldn't do that, me just being an impulsive guy, I wasn't able to stick to a trading model. So for me, you can't really change things about certain people, but you can add habits that you can change the results of things that you're doing. So I had to literally make myself leave at certain times. There was a certain point in my trading career where it was like, at 12, I'm out of here until 1. And I would leave the whole house. I'm not looking, not looking at my phone. I'm not doing nothing. And guess what? I was either coming to the market in the morning and executing, like Jay Hospital said, if this, then that, or I was leaving 12 o'clock. I'm home, I have money in my pocket, going to the beach. I'm going to chill with my wife. I'm going to do something. And then, like, you come back to the market in that second half, just chilling, refresh. And it's the same thing. Where we at right now? We at my levels? All right, if this, then that. Bam. I did that for 2 weeks. And let me tell you, my account went up like 12%. And I wasn't even trying to hit it with ties. Bro, that got me thinking, was like, dude, if I could just follow this, man, I can start adding more money to these trades and it's over. We're going to run the bag. So long story short, I got even more critical about my process. Got more critical about this if then and then that. And I started sizing up. So started every week I was adding two, 3 more contracts just to develop that emotion. And every day, same thing. If this, then that at certain times. And long story short, I was completely leaving the market, trading less. I always tell you to trade less. And the reason is because your mental capacity can only do so much. Like, your brain can only compute. You can theoretically put your brain through stress all day, but you can get stuff more effectively done if you attack it very hard for very short intervals and come back and leave. If you apply that to trading during the times where you're most likely able to hit doing the data that you should be studying from your trade log, you have no choice but to succeed. Because you're at the market at the best time possible to execute your plan that has the best possible results. And if you're sticking to that in those time windows, no matter what happened, boom. And then if you can have discipline to just not care about what other people are doing, because I don't want to call it jealousy. Tradings and that is a competition. Can be considered a competition, because at the end of the day, it's a performance-based thing, like a sport, right? The better I am at trading, in theory, the more money I'm going to make. Well, if you're trying your best to execute, me as Mel and the person I am, if I see somebody doing better than me, I'm not jealous or anything, but man, I want to step my game up, right? At the end of the day, so if you can just have the discipline to not do that and just focus on trading and focus on scaling, the fucking sky's the limit, man. So, money back. I see you had your hand up this whole time. I'm gonna throw it to you, and then I'll bounce it back out. What's up, money back, bro?
Hey, what's up? I just wanted to comment a little bit on what you said and Jay Haas. Jay Haas was talking about flowing freely and not doubting yourself, and that's so true. And also, you want to make it where the market is shouting at you. You don't want to make a trade just because you want to trade. You want to make the trade because the market is showing you a setup you've been looking at, and you see everything pinning out right, and you're not just forcing it. Because I see that time and time again in our group and outside of the group. It'd just be new people who are getting into the market, even people who've been doing this a while, and they just want to make money. And when you make that the only factor, it's going to lead to destruction, because greed will always lead that way. Now, you will make money doing this, but it's only through like envisioning the trade, drawing it out and not doubting the market by eliminating that greed. That's just what I've learned, and yeah, that's all I had to say. I just want to make a comment on that. So yeah.
Yo, when you said that, when you're saying the execution of the plan, and this is a big part of trading. Like for me, I had to realize whatever came in is whatever came in. I had to, like, when I was fucking up, like when I was trading before I became profitable, I would see like immediate crazy returns, and all of a sudden it was like all shit broke loose. I went from having the golden touch, Zeus sitting on the mountain throwing that lightning bolt down, to like, man, my hands on fire. I got chicken hands. Every mistake I could do was gone. Right? It wasn't really until I sat down and just said, well, how can I just be consistent? Because it didn't work. It wasn't worth the shit that I would make so much. I'm telling you, bro. And then I would just lose all that shit. And I'm so serious, bro. Because I would just hold. That was my problem. I would just hold fucking trades. I'd be up 100%. I'm like, nah, man, I need that 1,000%. That was my problem in the beginning. I was really, before y'all was on Twitter, my mind was at 1,000% because I was greedy. Oh man, my life goals and ambitions and where I was coming from. Oh man. And then I made money trading, doing these things. It's really hard to listen to somebody telling you advice when you are making money. It's really hard. People I know that were around me and when I was learning were telling me things like, dude, you should be cutting these trades earlier. You should be doing this and you should be doing that. I'm like, man, I'm up 600%. You got that trade at plus 30%. Nah, B, ain't listening to words you saying. Like you wish you could have this kind of return. But guess what? 2 months went by. All of it gone. Do you know what it's like to go from like having it all to like nothing? Yo, it's wild. It's really insane. And then to turn that back around just by doing two things. Slowing the fuck down, following the plan, and cutting losses. That was like my biggest pivotal point. Yeah, when I cut losses, it did a lot for me mentally. Let's talk about the mental game. The problem with trading is that the highs of your emotions will never, ever be higher. I mean, just imagine you're sitting here and you hit $60,000 today. Bam! 10 minutes. Do that for like 2 weeks straight. You won't know what to do with yourself emotionally if you've never done that before. That was me. I ain't know. There was times I would hit trades and I'll just be standing in the middle of the road. It was crazy. All right. But then guess what? When you have that mentality and experience that and you lose that, the lows are crazy. I mean, you're fucking literally depressed. By cutting your losses, you really eliminate the ability to experience that low. However, you may eliminate a lot of the abilities for you to experience those 1,000% trades because you're getting out of the trades. You're not just holding from trigger to target. But what I'm trying to tell you is it's a lot better to be consistently gaining money and staying in the game and then sizing up and making more money. And eventually you size to the place where you're getting those 1,000% gains by dollar amount off your normal 80% trade. If you get what I'm saying. So the best thing that all y'all can do, and for me, is stick with the system even when it's not working. And when it's not working, size down and get really critical with that log. And that log should include pictures. I got to the point where I was screen recording just what the tickers were doing. And then this is how geeky I got. I'll come back home and I'll get on demand and I just run the tape back and just watch it. Just chilling. My wife's like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, watching the tape, man. Like, it's a football game. If you do that, you're going to see what's wrong. You're going to see, is it you? A lot of times we say we're trading our model, but how are you going to tell me you're trading your model if you don't have a picture of you trading your model? Then when you go through your account and you have a drawdown, you don't know why your trades aren't working. If you don't know why your trades aren't working, you're not logging. So therefore, don't waste your time. I mean, we're dealing with real fucking money here. And a lot of us are putting thousands of dollars on stuff that we're not reviewing or doesn't know to be true because we have not tested it, which sounds crazy. So another pivotal moment for me was realizing that everything that I'd had, everything that I've done in this market, I have to review. I mean, like, if I'm bored, I'm pulling out a phone or a screenshot or something, and I'm just going to look at what worked. I'm going to draw it out, and I'm just going to spend time. This is how we get paid. That's like you not logging your trades is like you being a pro fighter, and you about to fight Mike Tyson, and you don't watch none of his film. You going to get your ass beat. As soon as you get in the ring, doop, doop, you're on the ground because you didn't even see it coming. So the best thing I can tell you is that pivotal point is when you get that log and you're serious about it. It's going to stop you from overtrading. Who's impulsive here? I was impulsive. How did I get rid of my impulsiveness? Leaving and logging. Dude, if you have to log 30 trades, I promise you'll never overtrade again. Either you're going to log those 30 trades and never overtrade, or you're not going to log it and you can get your ass beat later on down the road. You got issues with strategy hopping. You see what's wrong, and then you see those habits, and those are gone. So for me, just bam, that's turned it right around immediately once I started doing that. Hold on. KC, come on up. My bad. But yeah, another thing I want to go ahead and get into, KC, you're up here. I'm let you speak if you have a question before I keep going. Did you want to say something, or did you have a question, or what's good?
Yeah, man. You can hear me, right?
Loud and clear, brother.
All right, cool. Hey, man. So first off, thank you for bringing me up. But I did want to mention something. I wanted to give a couple shout outs to, of course, X, Betty, Rick, Blake, Kelvin, and Jay Haas, man. I'm not necessarily speaking to the leaders in the group right now, but what I am talking to is everybody that's not in the Discord with X and everybody. I'm telling y'all are missing out. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. With the Discord is phenomenal. I was in the Discord for a little bit. Yeah, I got a little depressed and whatnot, but it is all mindset and repetition and staying constant in what you're doing. And I had to change my life and my mindset when I first got into it. I realized I was messing up. But the second I changed it, my life turned around. Literally, I was in there for 2 months and I was doing paper trading. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to kind of prove everybody else wrong. This isn't going to work. I'm not going to log my trades. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. That was the bad mindset to have. The second I logged my trades, the second I had a schedule and a setup and everything that you guys speak about inside of the Discord, dude, I'm down 20 pounds because every day I wake up, I read in the Bible for 5-10 minutes. I go work out. I sit down at the computer. I get ready, and then I start trading. And for the 2 months that I said, you know what, I'm going to make this happen, you guys have literally proven me wrong by me trying to prove you wrong, if you know what I'm saying, that this works. And everything that you guys do with the team and the effort and just the love that you guys give out there on that Discord, literally, if no one's a part of that and you guys want to be part of that, I'm telling y'all got to be there, because this was the very first week after 2 months that I was logging my trades every day. I had that set schedule for 3 times. I'm only doing 3 trades a day. That's it. The second I'm done with 3 trades, I'm done for the day, and I'm listening and watching and I'm learning. And bro, that has made me successful. Like, it's just unbelievable how all of this is true and all the love that y'all are giving, man. Like, if anyone's not in that Discord, I highly recommend you jump to the gold immediately and you get the training and you get everything that there is, man. And I just, again, for everybody that I mentioned with Betty and X and Calvin and everyone, just thank you guys so much, because you guys have literally helped me out. And I really, I'm beyond blessed to have the opportunity to be in there with you guys, and I just want to say thank you. So I appreciate that, X.
Appreciate you, man. That's KC, man. That's the guy. He's amazing with computers. Remember that supercomputer I had somebody built? That was KC. If you guys from the Discord, it was in the chat room. It's still in the trading hardware channel if you guys want to check it out. But man, he said a lot of things, man. And the one thing I want to just piggyback on before we get to rolling out of here is, I'm trying to make a motion to kill over trading, man. I'm trying to make a thing just to tell you, man, over trading is your enemy, man. It's literally you versus you in this game, man. All you have to do is be patient. Let's talk about really what being patient looks like. We all say be patient, and everybody's like, yeah, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to sit back and just wait for a little setup. That should take 20, 30 minutes. Let me tell you something, this market not going to give you opportunity every day. And if you're walking into this market thinking you being patient because you know you're going to wait 20, 30 minutes for a setup and it doesn't come, so now you're looking at the PM session trying to plan out and do things for this PM session, just know there might be a drought of setups that has happened before. For me, August 2019, man, I could not get in this damn market for nothing. Oh my God, I think I took 3 trades, bro. I was going insane in the house, and it was really hot that summer. And I had stuff going on in my other businesses, so me traveling wasn't an option because I had stuff going on during that time. I was busy, so I was just watching the market for 8 hours every day. And guess what? I ain't fucking trade. I ain't trade at all. That's the secret to success. Only risking what you can afford to lose on the highest probability setup at the highest probability time. Nothing else is accepted. Throw everything else the fuck away. If you can just sit back, do that, throw everything else the fuck away, you're going to be successful. Success is this repetition. Just do it over and over again. If you think about it, the majority of people here, you have a day job, and that's your day job. 99% of people are going to day job. 99% of people are going to do what they did yesterday, today. And then tomorrow, you're going to do what you did today, tomorrow. Why? Because you doing that same task is making whatever company or business for money. Every repetition is consistency is wealth. I don't know why people keep getting this fucked up. It's not going to come overnight. It's going to come over time, consistently in small increments. It just doesn't pop up. Same thing with trading. Just apply it like a business, man. Just back to back to back to back, repeat. And if it's not there, walk away. The problem is that you're trying to force it. You're trying to be there for every tick. You're trying to catch it every move. And eventually, if you're not logging, you can go through a death cycle. I blew one account like this. Like, have you ever, as a trader, started trading and then have like a bad streak and half your account just be gone? Like there was one day I lost half my account. And one trading day. I looked down, I had like 89 fills. The fuck was I trading? How do I have 89 fills in a day? Somebody come smack me, bro. 89 trades in a day, down 50%. Why am I doing this? What happened? What happened was that I stopped logging my trades and I took a few losses. And
you
because
were gambling.
I started trying to make that money back. because I stopped trying to execute a process. And then I just started getting into the place where I was just trying to make fucking money by doing quick fucking moves. And I got my ass handed to me. Blew that whole account up. And I didn't even know what happened. It's like the worst feeling ever. At least let me blow up placing my money that statistically has a chance for me to win. I mean, statistically, we have a 95% of a chance of failure. Why are you not doing 100% of what's required for you to succeed? That's the problem. Nobody want to put in the work. You took 10 trades today, man. Get the fuck up. Put the work in and log these trades. Tell your friends about it. Your trading friends. Get like we are in the world of the internet. This journey that we're on, when you link up with people on the same journey, people got to be careful with people's energy, right? People with the right energy. You link up with the right people on the same journey, your journey not only gets better, it gets faster, it gets bigger. Now you're going, doing stuff with your circle. Your circle's keeping you in check. Nobody's over trading anymore. People are leaving. People are accountable. Life changes, bro. All you got to do is trade your model. That's it. Well, how many trades you guys see me in this audio feed? How many trades I take this week? Like 6? 50 handles, 40 handles, 80 handles, 70 handles. Today was my first loss. I lost 12%, closed that computer down. I was gone, bro. I ain't fuck this market. I'm chilling, man. That's it, man. Get your money and leave. Like so many people stay behind the computer from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Why? You left a corporate job to be a trader, which is free. This is what a successful trader comes to the market, executes his plan, and if it takes him 30 minutes, he's done. You just signed up for a 30-minute workday. Problem is that in your 9-to-5 job, you're so accustomed to being a damn slave. When you're free, you don't know how to be free. You don't know how to come in and to say, bang, bang, 30 minutes, I'm out. I'm getting in my car and I'm leaving. Or I'm going to go hang out with my wife. You want to sit behind the computer. Why? That's the problem. We are the problem. You know how to win. Now that you're hearing this, do something about it. But Chatterquant's up here. I know I said I was going to keep it all Juicy Trades members, but Chatterquant is very welcome up here at all times, man. Josh, did you want to say anything or ask questions or comments or anything of that nature, brother?
Yeah. So I just caught the tail end here. Hold on one second. I'm just accepting your invite. Yeah, I just caught the tail end. Basically, this is just kind of conglomeration of our midday and morning show here, where we just discussed pretty much the same, where your risk should be on. I personally am not taking any trades. As I said, the only thing in my personal account right now is a tumbleweed, and I'm fine with that. I'll stare at that thing all day and night. In terms of I get real honest with you guys. My day job, where I have my retirement, and it's not something where I can adjust my own income. It's not a brokerage account, so to speak, so I can't pick individual stocks in there. I am in the equivalent of a cash account that it's a 2% growth rate, but it only goes up. My employer contributes up to 21%. They match 21% of my income. I max that out. So in theory, I'm getting 23% of my pay put into my long-term retirement account right now. The reason I'm in that and how bad things are, and I'm being honest, I work for one of the richest counties in the country, and we can afford anything we want. Like if our employees want something, they just take it to the board and they pretty much approve it for us. And they hired this firm. It's Prudential. I'll be honest with you. Prudential to manage our money and help us, because guys in my field of work, they aren't money people. They're there to do their job, and they don't want to worry about finances. They go to work and they come home and that's it. Well, they started to notice, hey man, I'm down 22%. What do we do? So they went to the head man at Prudential, who's getting paid a ton of money to manage our accounts, asked them for advice. Should we move our money out of these, these target date funds, 2040, 2050, 2025, whatever, their retirement date was? He literally told them, I can't give you advice on that. A money manager, a man paid to manage their money and give them advice. Things are so bleak. This is Prudential. Everyone knows what Prudential is, right? If you do, give me a thumbs up. Everyone's heard of Prudential? Anyone? No? Okay, all right. Yeah, everyone knows what Prudential is. A major player. Their expert said to, this is a 1,500 person organization. I can't help you. Yeah, that's absurd. So through the grapevine, they find out I'm kind of into financials and things of that nature. So I've been getting phone calls and stopped and asked at trainings like, hey, do you have a few minutes to talk to me about this? I'm not an advisor, but I just tell them what I did, and I just put my money where it's safest, man. Like what? Like if you're playing it, like Drew said, he played 85 trades that day, and just at the end of it, it's like going to the casino with your paycheck, right? You got it all in cash, and you keep pumping in quarters, loss, quarter, loss, quarter, loss. Okay, I'll up it. I'll gain it back. We're gonna do 50 cents a pull. No, that didn't work. Okay, 75. Now $1. You look at that at the end of the day, I just wasted $1,000. I couldn't stop myself. What could I have done with $1,000? Well, you could have made a sensible call, saw it wasn't going your way, and just stopped. Ultimately, when we're playing around with things that we aren't certain in this market about, you're gambling. You're pulling the arm on the slot machine and letting something completely out of your control, no knowledge of it, and probably, most certainly, in a lot of their ways, rigged. You're letting that decide where your money goes. That's not slick to me. So again, I stay within things that I know are not going to be as affected by this market. I'm a big fan of playing biomeds. I like biomeds because they operate independently of a bullish or bearish market. They operate off of a sliding scale based on their target dates. It's wonderful. It's like playing Tesla around earnings, but having a lot more earnings to come off of, because the company itself does in fact have earnings, but there are also target dates for their endpoints that have to be met. So I know that when they come close to those endpoints, and based on the volume and the inflow and the outflow, I can probably tell you what insiders think of the project and whether it's going well, if or not. And I can enter a crowded trade or a trade that isn't crowded early, and I can play that accordingly, and it's going to operate independently of the market. That's why I like to stay in things like that. Shoot, guys, right now I have more interest in playing an over-the-counter stock than I do anything that is on the in the SPY. I don't have any interest in that. I'm being as safe as I can. I'm doing broad market research, and I'm doing specific research. The broad market's for everything that you guys are trading, and then specific, that's for me, that's for myself. Those are my plays. That's me getting into the things that I want to get into, because I know it like the back of my hand. I know what's happening. I can get as close to control as you can with a trade. If you don't feel like you've got a firm grasp of something, you're going to lose. Don't do that. That's my advice. Turn your risk on, sit there and watch, let it burn. You don't have to be in the house while it burns down just because everyone else is. You don't have to do that. Be careful. That's it for me. I think that Fiva has a question for you, Juice.
Yeah, Fiva's next. She's part of the team. What's up, Fiva?
No, one thing I want to say is JR's made great points, and you also.
Thanks.
Y'all have to think of this like studying. When you're in school, you study because you want to pass your class. You don't want that F. When you're at work, you want to make yourself better. So we go to workshops. So now you have to bring this and incorporate this to yourself. Do I want to become better to make my own money? How do I want to be successful? Because we all had the jobs where, we wanted to be better than the next person. But now you have to focus on you, because no one's going to tell you and no one's going to give you the money. This is your monthly income, your weekly income, everything revolves around you. And then, everyone try to hit 100%. You don't have to hit 100% every time to be successful. 5%, that adds up. 10%, that adds up. We have to stop looking towards that 100%, because that's going to mess up your psyche too, especially when you're not making it. And one other thing that they have to do: stop saying what trade you could have gotten. X always preach, there's always another trade. There's always another trade. Stop saying what I could have made, because that's going to mess with your psyche. That's going to impact you, because then at that time you start doubting what you are and who you are and all the work that you put into this. So one thing you want to do is just eliminate all that negativity that comes in your mind, especially when you know you can be successful. So that's all I have to say on that note.
Yo, all my students are raw, man. Let's go. My bad, I'm hyped, man. It's been a good day. It's a good week. Oh, man. So I just want to say a couple things, too, because Viva just said one thing that really resonated with me. It's like there's always going to be another opportunity, or there's always going to be another trade. Like for me, for some odd reason, if you're impulsive, you're going to really realize like you're really trying to grasp everything that's moving, right? So when you're impulsive, it's very hard to sit still when something's running, man. Like once you experience something, you can't be unexperienced in something. And once you win on the trade, especially like scalping something like SPX, where everybody and their mom says you can't do it, and we're over here doing this shit every day. I exclusively have been trading SPX for like a month, and everybody's like, no, it's the easiest way to lose. We're doing this. This is what we're doing, right? So just trade your plan and you realize that there will be another opportunity. There's a lot of times where I get in trades where I'm watching the market and I turned around for a second. There was one time, I had to go to the bathroom, but this is real life stuff, man. I couldn't hold it in. I went to the bathroom, came back from the bathroom, motherfucking hit my trigger, retested the trigger, and then just took off. Usually old people want to chase that. That's the behavior, and just sitting back and chilling. But guess what? 45 minutes later, he ran right into a supply zone and turned around. And because I wasn't chasing that long, I was able to take advantage of that short. And guess what? I didn't try to get greedy and take it from trigger to all the way down to the floor. I drug my stop out and I took what the market gave me. So long story short, just remember these couple things, man. Just trade your model. If you can trade your model and exclusively trade your model, you are going to make so much progress. Log your trades. I don't even want to get into that conversation. I've been yelling at you to log your trades this whole time. Log your freaking trades. Just be patient. Patient with your setups. Patient with your account growth.
Hey, Juice.
Yo.
I got to bounce. I have another meeting that I have to be in, but thank you guys for letting me come in. If you have any questions, Juicy and I will be on again at 5 today. We have a specific spaces scheduled in our series of educational spaces for 5 p.m. We'll be tweeting that out. Thank you so much for letting me come on. Do everyone a favor, give the panel a follow, and help us, improve our quality here by improving our engagement. So appreciate you guys, and I will talk to you soon.
Appreciate you. One last member, then we're going to wrap it up. Jason, what's up, brother? Jason's also a part of the team.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, brother.
Hey, just one small question. So I've been experiencing a little bit of consistency, kind of giving it back a little bit, but on your point about repetition, how do we like make the best use of our weekends? Like, what would your advice be to that? Would it just be just to go over old charts of, successful trades or whatnot, or do you recommend more like a back testing type of like practice? What is your advice on that?
So for me, just gonna give you an odd answer. The correct answer is work hard, play hard on the weekends, man. You gotta get this. First things first. Trading's a very mentally inclusive thing, man. Like you just did this all week. I'm telling you, you need to give your mind a break. What's your favorite thing to do? Go try to do it. You know what I mean? Do that, and then come back. And now, what I like to do on the weekend is I like to start with all my trades, and I really take a very big top-down approach. So, what did I trade Monday? Well, I have screenshots of the monthly, the weekly, the daily of the day that I was going to get inside the trade. When I executed the trade, I have a screenshot of the 5-minute chart of my levels and what I was expecting, and a synopsis of saying when I entered the trade, I literally screenshot the entry. Dude, my trade log's crazy. Screenshot the entry. And then I post, in the trader seat, you have this journal, you can write stuff. And I was saying what was going on. There was volume. This was bouncing into FFG, whatever the play was. Here's my target. Here's my trigger. And then at the end of the trade, when it sells, I try to on the 5-minute chart, screenshot that. So every trade I've done this. So on the weekend, I'm going through this and I'm spending time with my biggest winner and I'm spending time with my biggest loser. What happened on my losses this week? How big were my losses this week? How big were my wins this week? When I won, did I win following my plan? When I lost, did I lose following my plan? Or did I lose not following my plan? Was I going through FOMO? What was going on? So go through that. Congratulate yourself. Make the adjustments as needed. Focus on your losses. What happened when you lost? You knew you were supposed to wait for VWAP to get in. You didn't. You got in early. You need to note that down so you don't do that next week. All right? You're gonna get rid of all these bad behaviors by doing that. Now we want to study statistics, and now we want to plan for next week. Okay? So next week we want to sit down and look at charts, come up with our biases, we'll come up with our triggers and our targets, and we want to sit back and we want to plan out what we want to do. That's it. You don't need to do fucking 95 things. This is where you want to go get on the boat, go get on the yacht. Trading is to be free. It's to work hard. It's to work less and have more time and be able to do the things you want to do. You don't have to just go crazy with it all day. But this is where, if you're from a standpoint of a profitable trader, if you're not a profitable trader and you're testing a model, because the only way, like I said before, is to be a profitable trader is to have a model you can consistently repeat. I need, honestly, a full proper model back test is 500 trades. That's going to be like a year for a lot of people, if not more. So honestly, we want to start observe our results in small size in our back testing models from trades 25 to 100. And see, this is how I did it. It's not just you're supposed to do it on simulation, but at the time we didn't have simulation. I did it with smaller accounts. Smaller amounts of money, and then as the trades are going, I can see my results. I know what to stick to, and I know what to weed out on my wrong results. So on the weekends, you're going through those things as a profit. You're going through those things as a profitable trader, as I just described before, and going over why your model works. Can you explain your model to somebody? Like for me, like when I first made these trading models, I wrote. It sounds kind of crazy, but like on pen and paper, I actually wrote out a 5-step process that I could teach to people. Then when I made Juicy Trades, I made the course of me teaching that so that I can know my stuff better. You know what I mean? When you reteach somebody something, it's just bam, it's in your mind, man. It's just engraved in you. So try explaining this to somebody else. And then, long story short, all it really is just spending more time with your winners, bro. Spend time with your winners, man. Study what happened, and stay with that. So yeah, does that answer your question?
Yeah. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, this has been pretty epic, man. Give this tweet a retweet. I'm about to head out of here, guys. This has been epic. I will see you guys on the next one. Be easy, everybody.
3635 C's, not financial advice. Yeah, have a good one.
Go get